everyone, it's Dr. Marco. Welcome to the health tip this week. So this week I'm going to be talking about a concept that we call you need to feel it in order for you to heal it. So when we look at our neurology, you have the brain up here, and the brain has nerves that come from the body to the brain and from the brain down to the body to control things. And it's a really important concept that you actually need to be able to feel a muscle to be able to move that muscle. Okay, so there's like sensors all through our tissues and around our skin and all our body parts and everything and inside the muscles, and those sensors send a signal up to the brain perceives it, and then it sends a signal from what we call the motor area of the brain down to move the muscle. So what happens is when these sensors come up, if they're blocked for some reason and you can't feel a muscle, you actually cannot move it. So I don't know if it's ever happened to anybody. Have you ever maybe like fallen asleep on your arm and it's totally numb when you wake up? If you try to move it, like you're doing this and it's just flowing all over the place, you can't activate the motor control of the muscle because your brain can't feel it. So that's an important concept, because a lot of times what happens is people come to me and very often there's parts of their back or their spine that their brain is not perceiving properly. And that's really dangerous, because if the brain can't perceive certain areas, it won't move them properly. So when you're moving your body, turning and twisting, all the bones in the back are supposed to be moving in a specific order, in a specific sequence. But if the brain is not actually perceiving the muscles or the skin or the tissues around that part of the body, it won't actually control it properly. And that's when people can actually have blowouts in their back or discomfort. So one of the things that we do with the network care, with the little light touches that we do on the spine, those are sending signals up to the brain through the sensation pathway so that the brain can become aware of every single part of your whole tissue. You're aware of every part of your body and you're aware of all your muscles. So then the brain can send the proper, what we call motor control. So all the muscles in the spine will be working properly. They won't be out of balance and they won't be causing contractions or areas that are stuck and not moving anymore. And that can cause breakdown and degeneration in your body and discomfort and those kind of things. So the health tip this week is just to get the idea across that when we do the network care is helping your brain pay attention to your body completely so you feel everything, so that you can move everything, and in that way your body can heal. Because stagnation or lack of motion is one of the worst things that can happen in your body. When things don't move, they start to degrade and degenerate. Just think about like a flowing river. That's the way it should be, lots of vitality, lots of health. And then when it stops moving, it becomes a stagnant swamp full of, vermin and bad things growing and flies growing around it and getting all sludgy. That's what can happen to your body when it's not moving properly. So proper sensation leads to proper motion and leads to proper health. That's what we do here at the office, and we try to get everyone to have a proper nerve system so they can have a better life. So that's your health tip for this week. If this information was important or helpful, please share it, and we'll see you next time.